Couples Challenge Murder Mystery Riddles. Get ready to put your detective skills to the test with Couples Challenge. Murder Mystery Riddles. In this thrilling game, you and your partner will embark on an exciting journey to unravel perplexing murder mysteries. From cryptic clues to hidden secrets, each riddle will challenge your wit and logic as you work together to uncover the truth behind each crime. So grab your partner and prepare for an unforgettable adventure filled with suspense, intrigue, and plenty of twists and turns. Can you crack the case and solve the mystery? Let the investigation begin. Case 1. The police's ability to determine the man's guilt despite not disclosing the location of the crime scene lies in the nuances of human behavior and psychology. When the police called the man and instructed him to come to the scene of the crime immediately without specifying its location, they were effectively testing his knowledge and reaction. The key to understanding this situation is that the man arrived at the correct location without any guidance from the police. This immediate compliance without seeking clarification or further information strongly suggests that the man had prior knowledge of the crime. If he were truly innocent and unaware of the murder, he would likely have been confused by the vague instruction or asked for clarification regarding the location. However, his swift arrival at the precise spot indicated familiarity with the crime scene. This reaction provided a critical piece of evidence to the police, suggesting the man's involvement in the crime. Additionally, the lack of an alibi and suspicious behavior, such as disposing of the body and weapon, further reinforced the suspicion of his guilt. Case 2. The jury convicted the defendant despite the lawyer's surprise announcement and attempt to divert their attention because of a crucial behavioral cue exhibited by the defendant himself. The lawyer's tactic aimed to create doubt in the minds of the jury by suggesting that the defendant's wife would walk through the courtroom doors any moment, implying her absence was merely due to being missing, not murdered. However, what sealed the defendant's fate was his own behavior. While the entire courtroom, including the jury, was focused on the doors, eagerly awaiting the supposed entrance of the missing wife, the defendant himself did not join them in looking towards the doors. Instead, he remained fixated on the jury, observing their reactions. This behavior was highly suspicious because if the defendant truly believed his wife was merely missing and expected her to walk through the doors imminently, he would likely have been eagerly watching the doors like everyone else. His failure to do so indicated that he knew his wife would not be walking through those doors because he was aware of her fate, that she was indeed deceased, and would not be making a dramatic entrance. This critical observation by the jury, coupled with the lawyer's failed attempt to create doubt, reinforced their belief in the defendant's guilt. It demonstrated to them that the defendant was not behaving as an innocent person would under the circumstances, leading to their swift decision to convict him of killing his wife. Case 3. The key to understanding why the girl who drank the most survived while the other one died lies in the timing of consumption and the state of the ice in their drinks. Both girls ordered iced tea. Couples Challenge Murder Mystery Riddles. Get ready to put your detective skills to the test with Couples Challenge. Murder Mystery Riddles. In this thrilling game, you and your partner will embark on an exciting journey to unravel perplexing murder mysteries. From cryptic clues to hidden secrets, each riddle will challenge your wit and logic as you work together to uncover the truth behind each crime. So grab your partner and prepare for an unforgettable adventure filled with suspense, intrigue, and plenty of twists and turns. Can you crack the case and solve the mystery? Let the investigation begin. Case 1. The police's ability to determine the man's guilt despite not disclosing the location of the crime scene lies in the nuances of human behavior and psychology. When the police called the man and instructed him to come to the scene of the crime immediately without specifying its location, they were effectively testing his knowledge and reaction. The key to understanding this situation is that the man arrived at the correct location without any guidance from the police. This immediate compliance without seeking clarification or further information strongly suggests that the man had prior knowledge of the crime. Case 4. The travel agent informed Detective Jones that Mr. Smith had purchased 2 plane tickets for their trip to the mountains, indicating that both he and Mrs. Smith had traveled together initially. However, the crucial detail that raised suspicion was that Mr. Smith had only purchased 1 return ticket, suggesting that he had planned to return alone. This information provided by the travel agent directly contradicted Mr. Smith's claim that Mrs. Smith had fallen to her death during their trip. If Mrs. Smith had genuinely fallen accidentally as Mr. Smith had claimed, it would be expected that both of them had planned to return together. However, the purchase of only 1 return ticket indicated that Mr. Smith had premeditated his wife's murder and intended to return home alone after carrying out his plan. Detective Jones likely recognized this inconsistency as a significant red flag during his investigation, leading him to arrest Mr. Smith for his wife's murder. The evidence provided by the travel agent's revelation directly implicated Mr. Smith and helped to unravel his false narrative about his wife's supposed accidental death. Case 5. The reason the police immediately arrested the emotional woman upon hearing her explanation is due to a critical inconsistency in her story. Despite claiming that she had not been informed about why her husband was in the hospital, she entered the hospital and repeatedly asked, "Who shot him?" This question implies prior knowledge of her husband being shot, which contradicts her statement that she only learned about her husband being taken to the hospital from the maid's phone call. If the woman had genuinely not been informed about the reason for her husband's hospitalization, she would not have assumed or specifically asked about him being shot. Her immediate jump to the conclusion that her husband had been shot suggests that she either knew about the shooting beforehand or was somehow involved in it. This discrepancy in her behavior and her account of events led the police to suspect her involvement in the shooting, prompting her immediate arrest. Case 6. The wife's ability to kill the burglar so quickly when he attacked her at the door can be explained by her premeditated intention to harm someone. When the wife heard the doorbell, she assumed it was her husband returning home from work, which led her to open the door with a butcher knife in hand. This detail indicates that she had been planning to attack someone, likely her husband, upon his arrival. However, instead of her husband, she encountered the burglar, who attacked her. Because she was already armed with the butcher knife and prepared to use it against her intended target, she was able to swiftly defend herself by stabbing the burglar with the knife, resulting in his death. The wife's premeditated action of arming herself with a weapon before answering the door demonstrates that she was not acting purely in self-defense when she killed the burglar. Instead, her quick and lethal response suggests that she was ready and willing to use violence against anyone who crossed her path, even if the situation did not initially involve a threat to her safety. This revelation raises questions about the true circumstances of the incident and the wife's intentions, casting doubt on the claim of self-defense made by the police. Thanks for watching. Subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon.